Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
How about you?
Yeah, fine. Good.
Great. Perfect. That's great. Thank you for having me today.
Perfect. I'm glad to receive you here,
Yeah.
and you can, in few moments, introduce you in Azerbaijani for your probably huge fan base. So,
Yeah.
and I explain in Portuguese, and after this we start in English.
Okay. So you can start in Portuguese. I will translate in Azerbaijani, and we can proceed talking in English. All right?
Perfect. Então, amigos, hoje estamos recebendo Eldar Qasimov, conhecido na Europa toda como El, vencedor do Eurovision de 2011 e músico, apresentador de TV, e ele vai falar com a gente sobre o massacre de Khojaly, que é também conhecido pelo lado do Azerbaijão como genocídio de Khojaly. Então, a gente vai ter algumas perguntas mostrando como é o ponto de vista de várias pessoas e hoje começamos com o Eldar. Thank you, Eldar.
Thank you. Thank you, João. Aziz dostlar, akşamınız xeyir olsun. Bugün biz belə bir qərara gəlmişdik ki, mənim Azərbaycanın daha doğrusu, bütün Azərbaycanın dostu João Xavier'in təqdimatında və bizim bu müsahibəmizdə Khojaly soyqırımı barəsində danışaq və ümumiyyətlə bu Qarabağ, Dağlıq Qarabağ konflikti barəsində danışaq, münaqişəsi barəsində danışaq. Hal-hazırda mən Bakıdayam, dostum Braziliyadadır və bizi internet, Instagram və siz birləşdirirsiniz. Biz ingilis dilində danışacağıq.
Okay, so if we were to explain to foreigners who never heard of the massacre of Khojaly, how would you tell what happened in that time, 29 years ago?
That's a pretty hard question because I was 2.5 years old only. I've heard it from the friends of my family. I saw it on TV and internet. I read it in books, but that was it. And it's pretty hard to describe and make people understand how does it feel. Like when I'm thinking about early 90s in Baku, in Azerbaijan in general, and in Western Azerbaijan, I always imagine myself as a child. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm always like, what would I do if I would be there and I would be 5 years or 3 years or I don't know, whatever, 12 years. I always imagine myself as a child. So I was just imagine yourself as a child sitting at home doing your homework after a hard school day. Your mother is cooking something for your family. Your father comes back home from his job. Your younger sister is playing with her doll right there in a corner. And all of a sudden, someone breaks into your house, kills your father, kills your mother, and all you can do, and all you hear is your mother is yelling at you, take your sister and run away. I'm taking my sister, I'm grabbing my sister's hand, and I'm running through the forest with thousands and millions thoughts in my brain, and her with the little doll in her hand. It's like a nightmare, you know. I could write 1,000 songs about that. I could do millions of movies about it, but it could never describe the real feeling of that night, of those days, because I'm not only talking about Khojaly massacre, Khojaly genocide as we call it here, but also all the conflicts in early 90s in Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Did you write something about Khojaly or something about Karabakh?
I was trying. Like, I'm 10 years, I'm in the branch, I'm 10 years, I'm in the business, and I was trying to write some songs, but it never came so sincere, it never came so strong as I wanted to have it. Because maybe because I was a child and it's hard for me to get to understand, but this time, as you may know, the 2020 was a hard year for everyone, but it also was a year of victory and freedom of my nation. And my friends wrote a beautiful song about Karabakh, and I sang it. I released it last year, by the end of the last year. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of ideas which will be coming true and in life in the next couple of years, probably. But for now, I'm happy to see this all changes around me when I'm not a child, but a 31-year-old guy who can easily sing about it and make a big noise to the whole world.
So, do you have any personal relationship with the massacre, with the Khojaly genocide, or any history that exemplifies some friend, some family of friends, or something to share with us?
Not myself personally, because as I told you, I was a little child, and my family comes, like my roots come from Baku, but and I've never had a friend, and we never, maybe I had, but we never talked about it, you know. And then all of a sudden, when I was already famous here, and we had some talks about that with journalists. How can we make it viral? How can we make people from other countries know more about this conflict and the genocide himself? There was one journalist who became a friend of mine, a close friend of mine. She said that she was one of the girls who was a child, and who was running in the hands of her mother from the murderers in 1992. And she said, like, she was 5 years old or something, and she said that all she remembers was the cold nights in the forest, and that her father told their family that they should leave when it's dark and no one sees them, no one sees their families running. But her father was there. He didn't want to leave his home because that was his home. He would never give up. Yeah, and she told so many stories about that. You know, you can't hear them without tears on your face. So yeah, that's pretty impressive and hard to talk about.
I even couldn't imagine about this. It's too hard to even imagine.
You better
how brutal all the situation was. So, what, in your opinion, what's the importance of the cultural entertainment field to promote about this cause? Like you, like a bearer of the cause.
You know, since, as I told you, since this 10 years, almost 10 years, when I'm in business, we're trying to do some projects. We're trying to work with different, oh my God, we're trying to work with different people from the Europe, basically in Europe, because we have a huge fan base in Europe. So we're trying to make promotions there. We're trying to talk more about that. Yeah, firstly, we did interviews with Azerbaijani with local, let's say, local journalists who are leaving, who are based in Europe, and then we chose to change them, but in a good way, you know, to change them to European local journalists, to make the truth be spread more and more and go viral. Yeah, we're still working on that. But we have a couple of projects. My owns are somehow reflected in my music and in my social projects, but they all are about me, my music, and foreign journalists. For example, like you. I have a lot of friends all around the world who are willing to talk about this problem, who are willing to talk about the conflict. I wouldn't say between two nations. I would say between people who can't find peace in them, like in their hearts. So yeah, I'm so grateful to. And I'm honored to be and to talk with you. Thank you so much for letting me speak from my heart on behalf of my nation about this conflict. Thank you for making Azerbaijanization viral in the world. Thank you.
And tell me a bit about your social projects and music projects to relax a bit. And after this, we resume to talk about Khojaly.
Yeah, somehow, you know, this, as I told you, last year was a really tough year for everyone, and a year full of pride. Like the end of the year was full of pride to Azerbaijani nation, to my people, and somehow this reflected in my career, in my music. I did many covers with my band. I did national song, ethnic songs. That was my view on those songs. Like they are, I don't know, 100 years or 60 years, but I chose to sing them in a different way so people can hear my opinion, my point of view. And I'm going to do some, like by the summer of 2021, I'm going to do some dance songs, but this is going to be like Azerbaijani song and one Azerbaijani song and a couple of Western songs. So yeah, a lot of plans, but somehow, you know, I asked my friends, my colleagues, and they're like, we don't know how it comes, but everything we do, we want to make it bounded to our homeland, and I got it, and that's okay, because this pride you have inside, this freedom you finally got, that makes blood run through your veins, and makes you happier, and that definitely reflects on anything you do, whether you are a singer or a dancer, artist, whoever.
And the question of the massacre is a part of context of the Nagorno-Karabakh war. Do you think your victory in Eurovision helped in any way to expose this issue to Europe? Because we saw a lot of geopolitical issues in Eurovision too, especially related to the post-Soviet countries. So,
yeah. There are a lot of geopolitical issues that should be out of Eurovision someday, but that's life, you know. That's a competition. When I'm asked about that, I'm always like, okay, but it's more about, like, for me, it was always about music, about making people happier, about entertaining people who are watching the competition. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Great, because I don't see you. Good. Okay. whatever. And what I was talking about, yeah, the victory. I think the most important thing about Eurovision and the conflict, how I can relate it to each other, is that we put it somehow Azerbaijan on the map, on that like on the Eurovision map, and people who didn't know about Azerbaijan nothing before, they're like, oh, Azerbaijan, Eurovision, because I hear it. I hear it from my friends. I hear it from my foreign friends who are traveling a lot and trying to explain where Azerbaijan is situated. Because before, my Azerbaijani friends, they're like, oh, we talk, like it was like, I don't know, like 15 years, 20 years ago. They're like, okay, we're asked, where's Azerbaijan? Where you come from? And we're like, Azerbaijan. They don't know where that is on the map, world map. And then they're like, oh, okay, let's say it's Turkey, or let's say it's Russia, or the south of Russia, or east of Turkey, and like north of Iran. And but that's not right. That's not correct. You know, I always was against that. And I was explaining when I lived in Germany, I was explaining it to everyone, and I was Googling my country, and I was showing it like, it's here, I pointed. And then somehow people started to recognize where this is. And of course, when we hear as normal people, right? Like you, me, when we hear that there is something bombing in the world, there is some conflict in the Middle East, whatever it is, you know, we're like, oh my goodness, they started it again, you know. And frankly speaking, I can understand when people think about my country and issues, Armenian issues with Nagorno-Karabakh, when people from the outside, from abroad, hear it, it's okay to have their thoughts like that, you know, like, oh my goodness, what the hell is going on again? But the main thing is, when it comes to us, we have to let people know what is right and what is wrong. We're not telling that they should take our side or be on their side. People should decide themselves. But all I want to do is to show people how we are and how we want it to be solved, this conflict, when we talk about it. And people should decide themselves what side they choose. And that's it. Like everything. And I think that after Eurovision, we've had in Baku a lot of, as you know, right? A lot of international projects, European games, Islamic solidarity games, then chess, Olympics, or I don't know, like a lot of international projects, cultural, political, social, which somehow I believe in that, you know. They builded this path to a salvation.
And I still have this problem to explain about Azerbaijan, where is Azerbaijan and things like this, and in Brazil. It's my mission here. It's my mission here.
Yeah.
So,
right.
What do you expect after this 45-day war? What do you expect from development of Karabakh region? Do you visit Karabakh now, or?
That's my biggest dream for now, you know. Like we always, we always have our aims, and my biggest dream and goal and aim is to visit Karabakh one day, because one of my ancestors was from Shusha, and I want to visit. Like we don't have a house there; everything is ruined, of course. But I just want to smell its air, and I'm sure I'm going to write a lot of songs there, you know. Yeah, but it's prohibited for now because they're mine cleaning there, because there are a lot of mines, and we're still like our government, as I know, they are still waiting, and they're still asking the Armenian side to pardon me, to give the map of yeah, minefield. We still don't have it, unfortunately, because if we would, we could build new roads, new ways, new buildings, schools, everything. And guess what? Yesterday, I turned on TV, on the national TV, just to watch, just to hear it, you know, like I'm living alone and I want to have some noise in my house. And there was a news program. And they were talking about building roads, you know? And I was like, what? How can you? They're building roads. They're going to make, I don't know, I saw the projects, you know, I went into Google and I was like, what's like is going to be in Karabakh in a few years, you know, in the next 5 years. And I saw that our Turkish friends, our Turkish neighbors, they want to build a school for children. And malls and like everything, and we're going to do there a lot of like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the most beautiful regions in South Caucasus. We're going to have even more tourists than in Gabala, in Shahdar, you know it, right?
Yeah.
With the snow and so on. I'm pretty sure about that. But first of all, we need to get rid and to clean this minefields so people can go there easily, to sing there, and to feel happy on their own homelands. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And last but not least, do you think about the future of relation of all nations of Caucasus? This sensitive question, maybe.
It is. From one, like on one hand, we have very hard relations with Armenians, but on the other hand, we all, like three of us, if we talk about countries like Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Armenia, and we can talk about South Russian nationalities, we're so near to each other. Same culture, maybe somehow same outfits, and you are when you watch it, you have some like when you watch TV and news and so on, or in Instagram, this Publix and so on, you see some similar faces, and you're like, how? And yeah, okay, you got me. And I remember myself, when I was 12 or something, I started to realize what's going on, and I started to ask my parents, and one of my favorite questions was like, okay, we have European Union, okay, we have coalition of American countries or South American countries, for example, right? Why can't we have any organization, international organization like UN or EU, who will bring these three countries together with our, like, I couldn't, as a child, I didn't realize the realities, but it was my dream. I just wanted to have this triple negotiation with economy, with friendly neighboring. All I can do is hope that next year's will show that to all of us that there is only one way out, to live in peace and freedom, respecting other neighboring countries, the territories, internationally recognized territories, of neighboring countries. So then we can, like, I truly believe in that. Only then we can throw away our weapons and throw away war, not only from our hands, but out of our hearts, and live in love, peace, and freedom with everyone.
Yeah, really important.
Yeah.
And I'm here with my T-shirt, Justice for Khojaly.
Oh,
It's
you're
our
your friend.
little help to this thing. We think is not just about the war. It's just about it's about the people. It's remember the people who suffer
Right.
in this situation. In
Right.
war, all sides lost, but we don't. We need to protect the civilians. So I think this cause is really important. And I asked you, thank you very much for talking with me and for talking with Espaço Cáspio. And please leave a message for all Brazilian fans, all fans around the world, and about the conflict and about whatever you want.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to leave a message particularly about the conflict. I just want I just want people all around the world, not only my fans, you know. I just want you guys to hear each other. It's very important. Because when you hear each other, you can find a definition of love in your heart. When you hear and respect each other, you can give more than you could ever think. Maybe you don't know about that until now. To my fans all around the world, once again, peace, love, freedom inside. That's most important, and stay safe, please, because we have a really tough days, and they're yet to come, as I see from the news, but hopefully not. To my Brazilian fans, all what I said previously, but most of all, I just want to say that I've never been to Brazil. I'm gonna make it one day, I hope. And my friend, my last word is to you. Thank you so much. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful to you for making this issue and Azerbaijan generally so important in the world. We need such amazing warriors and brave soldiers and heroes like you. I'm honored and I'm happy to have you as a friend, and thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thank you very much. And tomorrow we don't have any people yet to the Khojaly week, but Wednesday we have Ramina Bazova, model of Azerbaijan, and Thursday Zara. Sorry, I don't. Badobeli, yeah. We talk with her. And in Friday, Fariz Ismailzadeh, Vice Rector of Azerbaijan Diplomatic Academy. So please stay with us in all this week. And thank you very much again, Eldar, for everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So see you later.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.